Hey guys, coming down to the wire. We are down to the most crucial part, front bar work. Bad front bars, bad face of your truck. Don't want to look like this guy. Hi. Bad. Stay tuned to the end of the episode and you'll see what it comes out like. Think it's gonna look good. Down to it now.
Grind your shit.
Okay.
Hey! He's running!
Okay team, right, we're bloody back into this thing. Now, I got this. That is pretty bull. Max Creeper Crawler 37. That's going to be our spare. Is we're going to put some brackets in here. So we're going to bracket, 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 and then some 40mm box bolted down to those brackets, which will carry the spare wheel. We may never have to take that frame out, but if we do need to take it out, 4 bolts, lift the frame out, lift the tank out. That's the plan. So let's start chopping some shit. Screws on the front, 8mm mounts. I'm on the spare tyre. Get some blocks and some steel sorted out. We're thinking about there, on about that rate. Just a bit of angle bracket both sides, and then we'll bolt down through here and that'll hold this one, and the tyre will just rest on that, and we might put a runner going back that way. Screws on the front, 8mm mounts. Into it. That wedge under there is main brace, and then so it's basically boxed it in. So we both looked at it and thought, is that going to be strong enough? And then as we started to do it, we went, that's way strong enough. So these came up alright. Should do the job, show you the other side. Stewie knocking it out of the park. Right? Good to have a welder in your team, that's for sure. Let's have a look. Those will do, Stewie. By Hokey. And that should be easy beef enough. So the main mount for the slider just runs back just about here, so that's bloody gold. That ties them up. Today, on this episode of Ken Outdoors and NZ, we are making up this thingy. I don't know what that one's called. Anyway, tricky part. I want to copy that guy down here, but I've got to get around that. So I'm going to kink it in and then put a 90 and try and get it to land on that. And I suspect I'm going to cock it up. But let's see ya. 75. See if that'll cope. I don't know. Might work. So I don't know, that's maybe not horrible. How to mount this to make it removable. Kind of like this. Tight flange on the back. Bolt hole, other pipe going in this way, and do the little wee thingy just for looks. And it also has a flange on it. And clamped together. So I've got to get this brace, which is kind of fitting. And then on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on there, I'm going to weld that into there. So the end of this is capped, but with a bit of curved pipe. So, see what I mean? Same here. I'm hoping it just kind of creates a base to give it a bit more strength in terms of that kind of crossways, you know. It's a bit high up the screen, I would have preferred it lower, but you have to be that high to be able to get the bonnet clear. Patrol things. Yeah, I did think about cutting the bonnet. I still am thinking about cutting the bonnet. Tack 2 plates, one over there, into place, and I've clamped them to these other 2 plates, which I've rebaited into the hoop, like that. And this cut here sits around the A-pillar, pretty nice too actually. And then you can just sort of slip it into position, drop 2 bolts in and bolt it in, and then slip it out if you, I don't know, you don't want it. Like that. Wow. Now, did I measure that to make sure it was straight? No, of course not. I'm hoping that where I put my marks was right. It looks pretty good. Anyway, so that's how that goes in. We're making up this other guard. Screw's flat out on it now. There's the aluminium. It's just started to put it through our bender, which essentially is Stu clamping it onto this and then standing on it. So we got that getting folded.
Don't overthink it.
Master at work. Master craftsman. Check it out, regard. Stewie's knocking it out the park today. Yeah, buddy. Cooking with gas. Okay, so front bar time. Now, why am I bending over? Because I'm using all of this and some of that with some of this stuff to work out how I'm going to lay out my front bar. So I do have a picture, and so that's what we got to start with. So what I'm doing is trying to trace that. I decided why not use my welding mat. So anyway, I'm trying to lay out a design on the floor. It's worth an hour or so of tacking shit together and mocking up to get it close to right before we go too much further. But we're now at this. Yeah, you might have to come along for the ride because it's a little fiddly. Let's see, I'll show you. So, get carried away. What do you reckon? You bloody patrol dudes. Is that a win or naff? I'm thinking it's kind of good, to be honest. It's not square. imagine that. I reckon it's quite a cool bar. Bends, man. Like, you know, sometimes your brain starts to write checks that your skill set can't cash. I'm on the cusp, but I kind of like it. I do kind of like it. Let's have a whirl, see what happens. Now we'll cook my gas. That's not a horrible mock-up. I'm not sure about this guy here yet. He sweeps around that corner nice. And we'll hook him on to this guy around here. Straight. Straight or curved. Just take that extra on. Just put that curve there. Now, just sorting out this bar here. So because I've got that main hoop locked in, I'm going to do this guy that comes up through here, round here, round here, round here, back up to here. So there's quite a bit of rotation on this. So the way I work this out is basically kind of that. So I scratch out the bar and then on some scrap. On this one I've cheated because I've tacked scrap together to get myself a view of what it will look like. And then I mark out, that's where I want my bend, that's where I want my bend. I can work out how much tube I need for the bend by using some test bends, but this time, because I cocked up that rear guard bar last time, I did that all around the wrong way. So I think the trick is do the floating bend first, this guy. So I want to get this guy in first, because he isn't just a bend, this whole pipe then rotates to get this falling away, and that's really hard to do if you've already done these two. So if you get that rotation right, rotate it down, then I'd probably do this one, and then I'd put these two little kinks in to get him to line up there. I may be wrong, and you guys have done pipe bending for bloody ages will tell me, but I find it easier if you've got a place to point at to land. Spatially it's a hell of a lot easier to then bend to hit that landing point than it is to try and bend, come out from here, and that's now set the plane with these two bends, and then you got to rotate it to get this bend in exactly right. Where if you do this rotate, this bend, and then lay your bar out, rotate it with just this bend in, so now you've got a straight bit of pipe there, rotate it down, pointing in the right direction, and then go, that's the angle I want, and then scribe where the top of the plane is, then you can put that bend on. And then here you can, because you've now got those two done, you can put the outside, that's the outside of the plane, so now you can put that bend in and that bend in. That probably makes no sense at all. Front bar, here's where we've got to. Now if I get you down there like that. So these two are done, they're pretty even, I'm pretty happy. For my next trick, we're going to try and wang one in here. And I'm thinking about changing the plan. I know, bad idea. Off here, up here, hook around here, hook up into that, and then do a dropper. That's the plan. Follow along, let's do it. sure about that. I think I need to roll this in a bit more. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to roll it. But it's getting there. Let's have it. This is a little shorty dropper. Ooh, she's pretty warm. Let's see if it fits. 1, 2, both wrong. How do you make the exact same mistake twice? Hey. Talk about follow the body lines. That's pushing your luck. See how we go. That's what we're doing. And it's not bad. Is it brilliant? Nah. Is it okay? Yep, it's okay. Took a lot of faffing about. Okay, so these took a bit of work actually. Getting these bloody caps on these guys to snug up hard, and then double plated that. So the back one's tacked into the A pillar, and the front one is tacked onto these two guys, and then it's tacked down here. Carry on this front bar. So it's tacked. I'm just working out mounts. So mounts down here. I'm just about to throw in a couple little flats because on my own it's a bit hard to get this bar up. It's just so I can sit the top of this pipe on it and then rock it back to drop it into place. Okay, a couple of little brackets, my bolt mount plates. What I'll do is I'll drill these once I've got the bar exactly where I want it tacked onto these, then I'll drill them. Easy enough to, I think, drill after the fact, and that way I know my bolt holes line up perfect. I like it. I like it. That fits up real nice. Pretty good with that. That's how I mount it down there. Done.